And I am chilling with Goldfish, specifically Dom all the way from Goldfish, and Dave. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
Amazing. Very well, very, absolutely amazing. Of course, we are going to be speaking about the influence the 90s music had on today's music, and we're going to finally relieve you guys of your favorite 90s musical moment. Have you already got it in your mind?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Now, first question straight up for you guys. I mean, we hear a lot about 90s music, but in specific, we hear about how people generalize the cheesiness of the 90s. I mean, what do you have to say about this?
Well, the bubble gum is the 90s, like from a cheese perspective.
Yes.
Like even beyond, they took pop and they made it worse. And they came up with bubble gum, Yeah. So I think you're right if you say the 90s had the best. You won't say the worst. Let's say the best of cheese.
Best of cheese.
Cheese flavored bubble gum.
On the other hand,
okay. On
the other hand, you had the grunge movement, which was almost like a reaction to that.
Yes.
So you had all the bands like Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots. Maybe you could even put Guns N' Roses into that. They were playing like sort of more, I don't know.
Grungy.
And we had raves.
And we had
raves.
Yes.
South Africa was awash with parties in like any derelict building. Everywhere you went, people were listening to translucent dance music.
Kind of music. So it was a very more experimental kind of time in the 90s. So you guys definitely agree that it was definitely a cheesy moment.
It had its moments of severe cheese, but there were some core elements. There was some good music coming out the 90s for sure. So we can't diss the 90s too much.
Completely bash them, of course. Now, the second question there for you guys is now a lot of people talk about the influence of the 90s music in today's music. How do you think this is the case?
It's definitely influenced us. We grew up in the 90s. And whatever was on the radio, it definitely somehow has an effect on you, whether you like it or not.
Of course, definitely.
And funnily enough, our latest single is actually a remake of Nirvana's track Heart Shaped Box, which we're going to play today. So that's pretty cool. Nice. So there's a perfect example of how the 90s has influenced today's music. I mean, we're here. It's one of our favorite tracks from when we were kids, and we thought today's kids probably would dig it too. So.
Why not actually play it for it? Of course, you're going to play it later on in the show. And last question for you guys is, now we did actually speak about reliving the moment of your favorite musical moment in the 90s. Let's start with you, Dave. What do you think was your favorite moment in the 90s?
My favorite moment of the 90s, I have to say, was going to my first rave. Very unwillingly, because I was playing in a band. We played with real instruments, and we went there. It was like going to a game park. Just seeing what was going on. It actually looked very much like the Hectic 9 set.
Yes, we caught you definitely there. Okay, cool. So how about for you there? What is your favorite moment up in the 90s?
Well, I mean, I think it was discovering Nirvana and Guns N' Roses and all that kind of rock music. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, it was just, that was what I was into. I was obsessed with those bands, and used to learn all the tunes on the piano and then go take it to like the girls' school and then play the piano and try to chat girls out. Didn't work too well.
Of course, we all tried to do the whole cover vibes of just, yeah of course.